actually it's free for $7 shipping. So at the end of this call, when I email out the chat box, I'll email the link to that. So if anybody wants to get the book, it's $7 shipping, totally, in my opinion, worth it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to cover, there's a lot on this PowerPoint, by the way. And so just so everyone knows, I will email out the PowerPoint for you. We're just going to go over a couple of these things. And so the first thing that he talks about is seeking clarity. And it's not just seeking clarity for where you're going, it's seeking clarity of who you are. And over the last year and a half, 2 years, this is the space I've been in. I always tell my daughters and anyone who will listen that self-awareness is the greatest gift, one of the greatest gifts you'll get in your lifetime, but you're the only one that can give it to you. So understanding who you are, what your values are, your strengths and your weaknesses. So what are those? Have you ever sat down and actually written those out? I know what I want, and this changes. What I wanted last year is not what I want today. It's not what I'm going to want next year or in 5 years. But I'm clear on the direction that I want to go. Life is going to send me in different directions, but knowing what you want, being clear about your goals and your passions. I know how to get what I want. I have a plan to achieve my dreams. Now, whether that's true or not, that's something that we should always be working on and thinking about, right? One of the things that he was talking about in his book is one of these top level type A CEO personalities, which is kind of defines me. You know, she hadn't thought about being a better version of herself for a long time because she was already doing so well. Well, being on top of your game, you can always be better, right? You can always stretch for something else. So look to the future. Who are you? What are your strengths? Identify your key skills and then obsessively develop those skills. One thing on this slide that I'd like to add is delegate the rest. Whatever you're not good at, delegate the rest. Okay, the next slide. Whoops, why is this not working? Of course it's not working. Isn't my stuck? I'm stuck. There we go. Okay, generate energy. So energy is eternal light. So one of the things that he talks about is mastering that transition from one activity to the next. So is anybody in here like me who struggles with maybe ADD? I can't see your hands, but hopefully it's not just myself. So what I have to do is and I don't have it in here, but I use knitting. So once I go from one activity, like maybe it's organizing a spreadsheet, and then I'm done with that activity, I'll go in and I'll knit for 10 minutes. I know it sounds silly, but mastering that transition from one activity to the next so that you're not still thinking about the last one. Negative energy. So maybe you made a mistake at the last activity and now you have to roll into something else. And I've done this 100 times. I'm probably not the only one, but making sure that you're shaking that negative energy and setting a new intention for the next activity is basically what he's talking about. So how do you reset your energy throughout the day? Do you practice meditation? Do you take a dance break? A lot of you on this call know that I take dance breaks throughout the day and the first thing in the morning to set my day. So, you know, what are you doing to kind of shake that negative energy and bring in positive energy? The next one is raise necessity. Who needs your A game? Now, my saying for the last 3 months is raise your vibe. And I'm not talking about my members raising their vibe. I'm talking about me. If I raise my vibe, it resonates into my leaders resonate into the members, and it goes out into the community and everybody that they're touching, right? So when you raise your A game, when you come totally prepared, who needs my A game right now today? And I already have a list of people in the morning that I'm going to reach out to. Affirm the why question to yourself. Three things to become extraordinary at doing are, right? What are those 3 things that I want to, what are my skills that I'm looking for? And study that. So here's another book. My one skill right now is leadership. So The Vision Driven Leader is another book that I'm reading. I don't know if anybody's heard it, but The Vision Driven Leader. What are some things that you need? Here's a workbook that I got, 7 Habits of Effectively Highly Effective People. And it's actually like a workbook that goes with the book. So what are some things that you can be doing that are really, that you want to, this is the skill that's going to make or break me because I'm good at it already, so I want to be obsessed with it. Level up your squad. Find people, okay, so you never want to be the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a new room, right? So if you find that you're the smartest person in the room, you start leveling up. This is who I'm looking for. So volunteer, seek mentorship, add another awesome friend, call someone out of the blue, connect with someone on Facebook, whatever it is. Okay. So questions for the breakouts. What do you do when you're feeling uncertain or undirected? What do you do? How do you reset your energy throughout the day, the week, the month, the year, whatever it is? And what are 3 things you would like to become extraordinary at doing? Where can you find people? So this is how we're going to help each other in these breakout sessions. What are 3 things you would like to become extraordinary at doing, and where can you find people, or does somebody in your group know somebody that's doing those things?